Hello everyone, this is Umesh, history faculty at Manifest IAS, and I hope most of you might have taken your preliminary examination today, that is 10th October of 2021. The paper definitely it has been a different one, and the paper, particularly the section of history, what we can say is it is based more on the general understanding of history rather than any specific understanding of history. This year, surprisingly, most of the questions they are not directly from the textbooks, and UPSC has continued its tradition of beyond the books strategy. Okay, and in order to approach this strategy, and this year, as anticipated earlier, more questions are from ancient and medieval India. And we will talk about the strategies to handle this kind of paper later. But today, the topic of discussion is mainly the key. Okay, the key for UPSC 2021 history part. There are 20 questions, and I am looking at the section C or the set C of the question paper. And my questions, they start from the question number 51 and they go on till 70. So we'll start with the question number 51. Okay, when it comes to the question number 51, so the question goes this way: with reference to the history of ancient India, Bhavabhuti, Hastimala, and Kshemeshwara were famous for. See, of these three, Hastimala is a completely unknown personality, whereas Bhavabhuti, he is a very famous author and a dramatist of medieval India. Particularly, he has written a book called Multi Madhavi. Okay, Multi Madhavi, and along with that, there is Kshemeshwara. Kshemeshwara, he is also known as Kshemendra. He is considered to be a poet of Kashmir region. So obviously, based on the terms Bhavabhuti or Kshemeshwara, one of the terms, at least if you know, forget about Hastimala, then you will know that they are playwrights of ancient India. So the first answer question is B. Next, we'll move to the second question. Okay, 1 second. Then move to the second question, that is 52nd one. 52nd one. When it comes to the 52nd question, okay, with reference to the 8th August 1942 Indian history, which one of the following statements is correct? Okay, so this is the day 8th August of 1942. It is associated with the outbreak of Quit India movement, which is also known as the August Revolution. August Revolution or Quit India movement, it is called. So naturally, 8th August of 1942, it is associated with the passing of Quit India resolution by the All India Congress Committee. So the answer for this question is with respect to the Quit India resolution was adopted by All India Congress Committee. So which finally led to this Quit India movement. So 8th August is associated with the option A. So the answer for this question is A. Then the 53rd question, did I miss any question between? 1 second. Okay, 52nd question I think I missed. So 52nd question, it talks about women's representation in India. And when it comes to the women's representation in India through various Government of India Acts, first and foremost, it talks about Government of India Act of 1919, which provided for universal suffrage for women. Yes, recommended granting voting rights to all the women above the age of 21 years. That was not even given to men. So naturally, this statement is wrong. Okay, in fact, there was a representation by Sarojini Naidu to Montagu Chelmsford Committee in order to include women's representation, but the 1919 Act did not provide for women's representation, and it left the matter of women's representation for provincial legislatures. So this is one important fact. And the second statement, it talks about what the Government of India Act of 1935 gave women reserved seat in legislature. The second statement is correct because women were given special constituencies in Government of India Act of 1935, along with labor, capitalists, okay, Anglo-Indians, Christians, even women were given special constituencies under Government of India Act of 1935. The second statement is correct, whereas the first statement is wrong. So the answer for this question is 2 only is the answer. Okay, 2 only is the answer. Then we'll move to the next question. That is 53rd question. I think I have discussed about it. Now we'll see the 54th question. Who among the following is associated with the Songs from Prison, a translation of ancient Indian religious lyrics in English? So the Songs from Prison, it was in fact a account which was written by none other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi when he was imprisoned in the Eravada jail in Pune. He has written down this text called, okay, the Songs from Prison. So the answer for this question is C. Then we'll go to the 55th question. When it comes to the 55th question, with reference to medieval India, which one of the following is the correct sequence in ascending order in terms of size? So it is talking about ascending order in terms of size. Ascending means the smallest first and the largest in the later half. So this is talking about the Mughal administrative units. And when it comes to the Mughal administrative units, Paragana is considered to be the smallest administrative. Over village, first Grama is there. Over village we have Paragana. Paragana means Mandal. Over Paragana we have Sarkar, and over Sarkar we have Subha. So Pargana means it is equivalent to Mandal of today. Sarkar is equivalent to district, whereas Suba is equivalent to state. So the answer for this question is A is the answer. 55th one, the answer is A. Okay, then 56th question. Okay, who among the following was associated as secretary with a Hindu female school, which later came to be known as the Bethune female school? So here, the answer for this question is Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, apart from being functioning as the principal of Sanskrit College, he was also associated as secretary with the Bethune school, which was established by Drinkwater Bethune. Okay, and it was initially known as the Hindu female school. And the answer for this question is a C. That is Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is the answer for this question. Then, in the context of Indian history, or in the context of colonial India, Shah Nawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal, and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon are remembered as, okay, they are the officers of Indian National Army under Subhash Chandra Bose, and they were the 3 officers who were tried under the Red Fort trials. Okay, tried for the Red Fort trials. So the answer for this question is with respect to officers of the Indian National Army. D is the answer. Next question. Next question, if you see, next question, that is 58th question. With reference to Indian history, which of the following statements is or are correct? The Nizamat of Arcot emerged out of Hyderabad state. The Mysore kingdom emerged out of the Vijayanagara Empire, and Rohilkhand kingdom was formed out of the territories occupied by Ahmad Shah Durrani is the question. So when it comes to this, definitely the Carnatic Nizamat, it was a subordinate state of the state of Hyderabad under Nizam. So the first statement is correct. That is, the Carnatic Nizamat was subordinate to, or it emerged out of the Hyderabad state. Hyderabad state was a province of Mughal India, and it was established in the year 1692. The first statement is correct. Mysore kingdom emerged out of the Vijayanagara Empire. Yes, because the Mysore king himself was a Nayaka under the Vijayanagara Empire. So Mysore kingdom, it emerged out of the Vijayanagara Empire. The second statement is also correct. Whereas the third statement, Rohilkhand kingdom was formed out of the territories occupied by Ahmad Shah Durrani. So this statement, okay, it is a little controversial, because the thing is, Rohilkhand kingdom, it was established even before the attack of Ahmad Shah Durrani on India. Okay, Ahmad Shah Abdali or Ahmad Shah Durrani, his name is Ahmad Shah Abdali or Ahmad Shah Durrani. He invaded India during the second half of the 18th century, whereas the Afghan kingdom of Rohilkhand, it was established in the first half itself. And in fact, the Rohilkhand kingdom, it collaborated with Ahmad Shah Abdali when he invaded India. So the answer for this question is 3 statement is wrong, whereas 1 and 2 are correct. The answer for this question will be A, that is 1 and 2 only. Next question, 59th one. When it comes to the 59th question, 59th question, 1 second. Which one of the following statements is correct? Okay, so of these statements, Ajanta caves, they are present on the gorge of this river called Waghora River. Okay, Waghora River's gorge is the place where the Ajanta caves are present. So only the first statement is correct, whereas the rest of the statements, they are not right. Okay, the first statement, that is A, is the answer for this question. So Ajanta cave, it lies on the banks or the gorge of the Waghora River. A is the answer. Then 60th question. 21st February is declared to be the International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. Yes, that is correct. It is declared as Mother Language Day by UNICEF. Whereas the second statement, the demand that Bangla has to be one of the, see here, there is a little bit of a controversy, because the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national language was raised in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Okay, if you consider Bangla to be Bengali, then it is correct answer. Okay, then it is correct statement. In the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan in the year 1954 itself, there was a demand which was put forward to make Bangla as national language of Pakistan. But Bangla, it was a Bangla or Bengali, it was treated as a secondary language, and it was just given the status of official language in the Constitution Assembly of Pakistan. So both the statements are correct. So 21st February is the International Mother Language Day by UNICEF, and the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Both the statements are correct. So the answer for this question would be C for us. Then the next question, 61st one. 61st question. Okay, it talks about this Chauset Yogini temple which is present in Morena. Morena's Chauset Yogini temple is the question. So here, this Chauset Yogini temple, Chauset means 64. 64 yoginis are present in this temple, and it is a circular temple in India, but it is not the only circular temple in India. And it was established definitely by this Kachapagata dynasty. Okay, Kachapagata dynasty was the one which established it, and it is popularly believed that the design of Indian Parliament, it is taken from this same temple at Morena. Okay, this same temple at Morena. Okay, but apart from Morena, there are circular temples in Khajuraho. Okay, in Jammu and Kashmir also there are circular temples. So it is not the only circular temple. It is established by Kachapaka dynasty, and it is associated with Shaivism but not Vaishnavism. Okay, and it is also known as this temple, Chausat Yogini temple. It is also known as Mahadeva temple. Mahadeva means Shiva. So the answer for this question is, if you just know that fourth statement is correct and the first statement is correct, then automatically you will be able to arrive at the answer. 1 and 4 is the answer for this question. 1 and 4 is what? Roughly, it is a C is the answer. Then which one of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting? So this year UNESCO World Heritage Site, Dholvira. So water harvesting, reservoirs plus connected reservoirs along with the dams, all of these are present only in one city, that is Dholvira. So the answer for this question is A. So this question is rather simple. Then the 63rd question we need to have a look at. The first quarter of 17th century in which the following was or were the factory of the English East India Company located. So this was a very tough question. So it is asking only about 1700 to 1725. During 1700 to 1725, English East India Company, it established its major factories only at, okay, one place is Surat, second is Machilipatnam, the third one is Baroch, okay, Broch or Bharuch or Bhargukach, okay, all of these are names of the same port town. Broch is also the place where they have established their factory, okay, but not Chikakol and Trichinopoli. Trichinopoli is in fact present into the interiors. So in Trichinopoli there was no factory, okay, whereas in Chikakol also there was no factory. The only answer for this question is A, one only is the answer, okay, but this question might lead to some controversies because some sources might have named Chikakol also as the capital, as a place of factory, but I have checked it. Between 1700 to 1725, English East India Company, it had its factory in Visakhapatnam, which is very close by to Srikakulam, and it did not establish any factory at Chikakol or Srikakulam. In fact, it was a part of the Northern Sarkar's later day, which was under the control of French. So here there is no possibility of a factory. It is Visakhapatnam where they have established a factory. So the answer for this question is one only, that is Broch is the answer. A, one only is the answer. Next, the next question, 63rd is done, right? Now 64th question. From the decline of Guptas until the rise of Harshavardhana in early 7th century, which of the following kingdoms were holding power in northern India? So this is the question. So here the Guptas of Magadha are known as the later Guptas. So they are present. The Guptas of Magadha are present. The Paramars of Malwa, they emerged post Gurjara Pratiharas, which is post Harshavardhana. So Paramars of Malwa, they are not present at this point of time. Pushabudhis of Thanesar is the dynasty of Harshavardhana himself. So his father, grandfather, they were ruling from the place called Thanesar, which is also known as, okay, place called Thanesar. Then after that we had the Maukaris of Kanauj. Yes, definitely they were ruling from their capital at Kanauj. Then the Yadavas of Devagiri, they are present at a later point of time. At a later point of time, they are not contemporary to Harshavardhana or the time before it. Okay, they are present in fact later day. Okay, later day. So the Yadavas of Devagiri is not right. And the last one is Maitrakas of Vallabhi. Maitrakas of Vallabhi, in fact, they were present after the decline of Guptas. So the answer for this question is Maitrakas of Vallabhi, who are present in Gujarat. Later Guptas from the Magadha region. Along with that, we had the Pushabhutis, and along with that, we had Pushabhutis and Maukaris. So all these four kingdoms are present. So the answer for this question is 1, 3, 4 and 6, that is B is the answer. 1, 3, 4 and 6, that is B is the answer. Next question, if you see, there's a next question. Okay, 65th one. According to the Portuguese writer Nunes, okay, this is a very interesting observation, and this is actually a very tough question because we need to know the fine arguments of Nunes. Okay, in fact, Nunes, he visited Vijayanagara Empire during the time of Achyuta Devaraya, and who is the son and successor of our great king Krishna Devaraya. And during his period of Achyuta Devaraya, not son, but his successor of Krishna Devaraya, Achyuta Devaraya, during his period he has come to India, and Nunes, he made many observations on Indian women. And he talks about particularly that women played a very important role in the society, and there were women wrestlers, women were functioning as astrologers, women were doing the function of accounting in the state, and he is also saying that women are soothsayers too. So all four are correct. Okay, Nunes made observations on Indian women, and he was surprised by the active role which was played by women in the palace politics. And he was of the opinion that women are even used as bodyguards in order to protect the king. So all of these were made are the observations of Nunes. So naturally, all four are correct. So the answer for this question is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next question, if you see, 64, 65 is done. Okay, 66 question with reference to the Madanapalli of Andhra Pradesh, which one of the following statements is correct? So the answer for this question is C. Rabindranath Tagore, he translated. Okay, in fact, Madanapalli is a center for Theosophical Society, but this center of Madanapalli, it was established later by our Anni Besant. H.S. Olcott and Madam Blavatsky, they are not associated with Madanapalli. In fact, they were the ones who established the headquarters of the Theosophical Society in the Adyar province near Madras. But they are not associated with Madanapalli. In fact, Madanapalli is associated with the place, okay, where Rabindranath Tagore, he visited the Theosophical Society in Madanapalli, and there he translated, okay, the Janaganamana into English language, and he also set to tune Janaganamana during his visit to Madanapalli region. And Madanapalli was later associated with this personality called Jiddu Krishnamurti too. So the answer for this question is, okay, the answer for this question is C is the answer. C is the answer. Very, very tough question this was. Then consider the following place, historical place, and what it is well known for. When it comes to Burzham, Burzham is a Neolithic site which is associated with Jammu and Kashmir, and this site is known only for its pit burials, nothing else, only for its pit burials. It is not associated with rock cut shrines. Then the second one is Chandraketugara. This year, okay, if you had followed the newspapers properly, Mamata Banerjee, she wanted to establish the glory of this Chandraketugara, which was a port of Bengal region during the Mahajanapada period, and it belonged to the Anga Mahajanapada, and it is also associated with a lot of terracotta sculptures too, and it is a port town at one point of time. So Chandraketugara, it is known as a place of terracotta art, and this year Mamata Banerjee, she tried to re-establish the glory of Chandraketugara. Okay, as part of her election campaign, she talked about it. And the next one is Ganeshwar. Ganeshwar is a very important site of Rajasthan, which is associated with copper articrafts, because it is very close to the Khetri mines of Rajasthan, where copper is abundantly found. So naturally, the answer for this question is 2 and 3 is the answer. That is, D is the answer for this question. Then 68th one. Okay, consider the following statement. It was during the reign of Iltutmish that Genghis Khan reached the Indus in pursuit of the fugitive Khwarazmi prince. This statement is correct. Okay, there was a prince of Khwarazmi by the name of Jalaluddin Mangabarni, and he came running to India in order to seek refuge from the attack of Genghis Khan. But Iltutmish did not give him any place in India. So the first statement is correct. It was during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq that Timur occupied Multan and crossed the Indus. So this is wrong, because it is after Firoz Shah Tughlaq that during the time of later Tughlaqs, very insignificant rulers were there post Firoz Shah Tughlaq. At that point of time, Timur attacked in India, not before that. So the second statement is wrong. It was during the reign of Devaraya II of Vijayanagara Empire that Vasco da Gama reached the coast of Kerala. This is also wrong, because Devaraya II, he was present somewhere 50 years earlier to the visit of Vasco da Gama in 1498. So the answer for this question is 1 only is the correct answer. See, if you know just 1 and 2 is wrong, then you will be able to arrive at the answer. The third statement, it is immaterial for you, okay, because there is no option 1 and 3. Okay, naturally 1 only is the answer. So if you know at least part of the question, then you will be able to answer the question. Okay, you did not know about the third statement at all. The next question is what? Okay, next question is from history, that is 69th question. Consider the following statements. Saint Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of the Jesuit order. Okay, this most probably most of the people might not be knowing. Okay, but that is fine. Then Saint Francis Xavier died in Goa, and a church is dedicated to him there. So this is a second statement. Okay, Saint Francis Xavier, if you know about the story, or if you had ever visited the church of Saint Xavier, okay, in Goa, then you might be knowing that, okay, then you might be knowing that Saint Xavier, he did not die in India. He in fact went to China in order to spread Christianity there. Okay, but in China, what happened is he died in China because of some natural causes, and his dead body was brought back to Goa, and it is preserved in Goa. And this is considered to be one of the places of Christian miracle done. What happened is this Saint Xavier's dead body did not disintegrate. It did not disintegrate. It lies intact even today. Even the nails of the dead body, they still keep on growing. Every year there is a festival which is conducted in Goa in order to proclaim to the world this Catholic miracle that Saint Xavier's dead body did not deteriorate. Okay, it is considered to be a miracle in Christianity. So the answer for this question is that Saint Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of Jesuit order. This is correct. Saint Xavier died in Goa, and a church is dedicated to him there. This second statement is wrong, because he died in China and his dead body was brought back to India. The feast of Saint Francis Xavier is celebrated in Goa each year. Okay, that is very well known fact. So the answer for this question is 1 and 3 only. That is C is the answer. Next, the last question in history, So these kind of questions, definitely it is a little difficult to tackle. Okay, only if you know history in its thoroughness, then you will be able to answer these kind of questions. Then the last question, 70th one, with reference to the history of ancient India, which one of the following statements is or are correct? In India, there are two prominent schools. One is Mitakshara and the second one is Dayabaga. The Dayabaga school, it is more popular in Eastern India, particularly in Bengal region, whereas Mitakshara school, it is more popular in South India. When it comes to the Mitakshara school is based on a concept called co-personary. Co-personary means what? There should be the co-personary is a group of people who have shared rights over property. It is known as co-personary system, and Mitakshara school, it proposes this co-personary system, and according to this system, in one family, four male heirs to the extent of 4 generations, they will have rights over a property. It means that it starts with the great grandfather, then after great grandfather, the grandfather, along with the grandfather's son, father and son. 4 people, great grandfather, grandfather, father and son. 4 people, they share rights over property under Mitakshara school, whereas in Dayabaga school, usually the property rights are given to the individual completely. It means that once the father dies, the complete property rights go to the son. Before the death of the father, there are no rights to the son under this school called Dayabaga school. There is complete transfer of property in Dayabaga, whereas in Mitakshara, there is co-personary sharing of rights. That is the second statement. Second thing. And the third thing is both Mitakshara and Dayabaga school, they don't deal with the property rights of women. Both of them, they don't give any property rights to women. But in Dayabaga school, there is a provision to provide property rights to the widows. But that cannot be considered as a central fact here. So the answer for this question, if you see, the first statement says that Mitakshara was the civil law for upper caste and Dayabaga was the civil law for lower caste. That statement is wrong, because Dayabaga is the different place, Mitakshara is different place. Dayabaga is not in Eastern India, Bengal, Bihar, these kind of regions, whereas Mitakshara is in rest of India. Then the second statement, in the Mitakshara system, the sons can claim right to the property during the lifetime of the father, whereas in the Dayabaga system, it is only after the death of the father that the sons can claim right to the property. Yes, the second statement is correct, because Mitakshara system, it is based on co-personary. So naturally, the son, he can claim, because he is a part owner of the property, he can claim the right to property, whereas in Dayabaga school, this is not possible. Only after the death of the father, the son will get property rights. The second statement is correct, whereas the third statement, the Mitakshara system deals with the matters related to the property held by male members only of a family, whereas the Dayabaga system deals with the matters related to the property held by both male and female members of the family. This statement is also wrong. So the answer for this question is 2 only is the answer. 2 only is the answer. So the answer for this question is B. So this finishes the discussion on history. Overall, if you ask me, the paper has been very unconventional and untraditional. But all the best for you. All the best for you. I hope so that to the best of my knowledge, I have given the key. Thank you for your time. This finishes the discussion. Thank you.